Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with the first make for a little collaboration that is running this week, hosted by the lovely Nancy over at Nancy Piter. I hope I've said that correctly, Nancy. And it is for the hashtag Halloween 2025. And it is to really mark and celebrate the fact that it is now halfway to spooky season. Oh, I'm so excited. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. But I love spooky season and I love spooky Gothic makes. They're my favorite things. So I'm super excited to be part of this like little mini collab. Please do put in the hashtag to see what everyone is doing either here on YouTube or on Instagram, and also head over to Nancy's channel and the other creators. There's so many wonderful creators in this little mini collab. It runs from today, April 30th, through to May 2nd. I think I'm only going to make 2 makes because I actually have something planned that's coming up on the 1st of May. But we will see. I might get so excited I'll add a little extra video. We shall see. So today's make is something I saw on Pinterest. It is a little flip down mini folio that was created by Silver and Sparkle, I believe. I will leave her YouTube channel down below. I haven't made one before. We're going to make it together. We're going to see how it goes. And we're going to make it a little bit spooky and Gothic. So I thought this would be great to work in a journal. The first thing is you can actually make 2 of them from one whole piece of 12 by 12. But all you really need to just make one is a piece of 6 inches across by 12 down. So half of a piece of 12 by 12 paper. Then what you are going to do is, and I would say that I feel like it's better to use thinner cardstock or paper, scrapbook paper for this. You can probably do just one-sided. I think that's what I saw on Silver and Sparkle's video, but I'm going to use double-sided, and I am using one of the abandoned papers, 12 by 12 papers, with the re-release by Tim Holtz. I'm not sure if these are available anymore, but the number is TH94425. I have the 8x8 pad that came out many years ago, the original one, and I've been hoarding it. It's actually one of my favorite pads that that Tim Holtz did. I have been hoarding it because I love it so much. So we are going to come in with a scoreboard if you have one. If not, I'll just, you can use just paper, measurements and a ruler. And I am going to score this. So you're going to come in, decide, you're going to need a flap on this. And again, I would suggest not using paper that's got writing on it, directional, because it can make things a bit more confusing. But, you know, I have. So I'm just going to turn this because of the way the writing is. But what you need to do is you need to come in and you need to score at half, at 1.5 inches. So just down the 12-inch side, you are going to score at 1.5 inches across, like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink this up. You don't have to do this part right now. You can, but you don't have to. I'm doing it so that you can see the next bit easier. So we have that. Now we are going to come in and we are going to measure from 3, 6 and 9 inches. I'm going to do it on this side because this is lighter paper. It might be easier for me to see. Pencil. Honestly, my crafting area is chaotic at the moment because I am in the midst of working on a project, and when I am deep in the midst of a big project, I get so into that headspace that everything is chaos around me, especially when I'm then doing other projects. So we've we've marked at 3, 6 and 9. If you can score straight away because you have a scoreboard that works in inches, brilliant. If you don't like me, then just mark it and use a tool and a ruler. You can just come in with a ruler and score as well. So we've got 3, 6 and 9, which will obviously leave you with 3 inches here too. Now, this is why I did the inking. Now, I say losing my little ink tool. You're going to come in with your scissors and you're going to cut from just on the inside of this little line, of this little scored line. So you're cutting up the 12-inch side just on the inside of that little score line. Like so, all the way up to that 9-inch, so this bit here. So you're leaving 3 inches there, and then you're going to come in and you're going to cut along this little line, meaning you will be left with, I obviously haven't cut all the way, you will be left with a piece that is 9 inches by 1.5 inches, and your piece will look like this. This is going to be your flap. That needs to just be trimmed a little bit. This is going to be your flap. Now we're going to fold this up, making sure that it's all where it should be. We're going to fold this one back, and we're going to fold this one. So it's a bit like an accordion fold. And I am going to score those edges here. And then this is going to come over. Do you see that? Oh, isn't it lovely? Obviously, you can do the score either side. Look at your paper. You could have this flap on this side, but this is how I am doing it. Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to ink all around all of these edges. I'm using black soot. You can use whatever you want. I'm also going to round. I'll do that now, actually. You don't have to, but I like to round edges. So I'm going to come in and on that little flap, just round those edges because I'm going to ink. I want to get that done now. So I'm just going to ink all around this on both sides, and then we'll come back and carry on. Okay, so they are inked front and back, and I've done the creases too. So the next thing is you are going to grab how you want to decorate this. Now, you could literally put tea-dyed paper in each of these sections if you want to. I am not going to do that. I think I'm going to put tea-dyed paper possibly in one section. I may put a pocket up here. No, we're going to do it a different way. It's all right. Okay, so I have got this very creepy image. This is from the Sinister Witch Kit by Gypsycraftery. And she is definitely a sinister looking witch. I don't need to do that bit yet. Now, these are 4.5 inches. They should be. Yeah, 4.5 inches. I want to leave a little bit of a border. So I am going to cut my creepy witch at, I want to say 4 inches. So that's what I'm going to cut her at. Because I do want a border. You don't have to, but I do. And also I'm going to rip her at the top. Like so. I'm going to tear this bottom bit as well. And then I'm going to ink all around this creepy witch as well. Okay, I've inked around the creepy witch, and now we're going to cut her into sections. Seems a bit wrong, especially with her looking at me. Really. So these sections are each 3. So I am going to go for 2 3/4 inches. That's what I am going to do. You don't have to do it this way, but this is how I am doing it. So yes, I'm just going to ink this bit as well. Reminds me of one of those puzzles that you used to do where you'd have the 3 different, like the monster's body and then its head and it's all that, and you can switch them and flip them over and all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to stick our witchy witch here. But before we do that, on these 2 pieces here, I'm also going to cut some tea-dyed paper to exactly the same. So what did we say? Did we say if it's 4 3/4? Did we 4 1/2? Did we say 4? I believe we did. So I'm going to cut that to 4. Too many measurements, guys. Too many measurements. We all know I don't like measurements. I like eyeballing it. That's my favourite. And I just want to double check. Yep. And then we need it by, what did I say? 2 3/4. So we're going to need 2 of those. We're actually going to need 2 more. So cut out 4 of these. You will see why in a minute. So cut out 4 of them at 4 and 2 3/4 inches. If you are doing it the same way I am. But we just need our 2 for now. And this one I'm going to keep not torn, but the bottom of this one I'm going to tear. And then what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to tear the bottom of one of these as well. I'm going to ink around all of these. Okay, so we are done with those, guys. So now we are going to start to glue everything down once I find my glue book. So we're going to start with the creepy witch's head. Yeah, the one I saw on Pinterest that Silver and Sparkles had made were, well, she made 2, were Christmas themed, and I thought they were super cute. They're a great idea to put into journals, but they're also a great idea for like Happy Mail and things like that, or that's what I think. So yes, and definitely check out her tutorial to see how she did hers. I think this will work. You want to make sure if you're doing it like me and you're cutting it, that you're making sure these lines, the edges of each piece are lined up properly. She really does not look happy. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't be either if I'd just been cut into bits. Oh, she creeps me out so much, guys. Ooh. Then we're going to put the bit that's got the 2 straight edges, the piece of tea-dyed paper. Again, you could use coffee dyed or whatever paper you have to hand, coloured, whatever, like that. Like so. And then we're going to bring in the other bit of the witch. I could actually rip it even more to give us more writing space. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring the bottom in of her image in. Let's make it creepy. Let's make it grungy. Oh, so excited. Spooky season. I mean, it's spooky season all year, really, isn't it, for some of us? I mean, we just love it. But what a great kind of way to really commemorate the fact that it's coming soon. And now we're going to take the bit with the tear at the bottom. And that's going to be our bottom piece. So we have writing space, which is fun, whilst also keeping some of this beautiful border of this gorgeous Tim Holtz paper. Obviously use whatever you have. I am trying to be brave. I am hoping they're going to reissue some of the pads because I missed out on 3 of them. I still feel lucky that I managed to get 3, including one of my favourites, but I also missed out on one of my favourites. So I'm really hoping they're going to reissue them, and I'm trying to be brave and actually use some of my 12 by 12. So you can see by not sticking it over this bend, these creases, it just bends so much nicer and so much easier. And then on the back, you've got 4 spaces. Now I'm going to glue mine into a journal. You don't have to. So you can decide if you want to leave the back plain, if you want to use it as more writing space. Think about how you're going to use it. So I have my 2 pieces that are going to go on the back. I've torn the one edge of each, as you can see. And we are going to glue these into the middle 2 pieces. Now I'm gluing mine with one torn edge at the top and one torn edge at the bottom, because it kind of mimics what the inside pieces look like, the top of the witch and the bottom piece. So that's what I'm going to do. Leave this bottom one plain, clear, don't put anything on it, because we're going to need to decorate that, because that's actually the front. So yeah, leave that without any tea dyed on there, like so. And again, just going to try, and that one's at a slight oh, frog in my throat. Oh no, did the witch do some magic and put the frog in my throat? Is it just me that can hear like a distant cackle? Okay, so here we have it. So we are going to come on and do more in the middle in a minute. Do you see now? It'll open up and that way. But on here, we're going to make a pocket. That's what we are going to do. But before we do the pocket, I want to work on the closure here. Now, I saw on Silver and Sparkles one that she used a 1-inch punch. I do have my punch somewhere. And I think a 2-inch punch. These are the punches I have. Does it even say on here what they are? But I think this is 2 inches, maybe more. And this may be smaller. But this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to use. And this is going to be our closure. So now I need to think about what I want as my background. Let's grab some paper scraps, shall we? Because I think there's something I would like. We actually have some of this. We have it in black. The black might work really well, depending on what the pocket's going to be too. I've just got some paper scraps here, guys. Look at me being brave and using my Tim Holtz paper, which you can see because I've got several scraps in my scrap box. Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that one. Okay, we're going to use that one for the bigger circle. And what I'm going to do is, we've got that, but we're going to need to double this up to just make it thicker. So because I don't want to waste any more of that beautiful Tim Holtz paper, I am going to get, is that thick enough? I might actually do another one. Let's just grab a whole piece of the black. You want it quite thick. And then what I'm going to do is, this other piece we don't need to see at all. So I'm going to just bring in the black card again. And I'm going to do about 4 of these circles. Maybe 5. I don't know how thick I want it. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up. We don't need to ink the others up. And now I'm sure you can guess what we're going to do. We are going to glue these together and glue them onto each other. So I'm going to glue, put this on top, like so. And then I'm going to put this other one here. like so. So this is now quite thick and sturdy. And then we're going to do the same with these. We're going to glue these all on top of each other, all 5 that I'm going to use, so that you'll end up with one large circle like that. Okay, so there we go. We've got this much thicker one piece that's nice and thick, and I'm going to glue this right into the middle of here. And then, so I want that to stick, so I'm going to put that on there for the moment. And then what I want to do is I'm going to come in with my scissors. Now you guys might have said, well, Belle, you could have done this beforehand, but I think it works best if you've already got all the layers on here. And I'm just going to make these a bit ripped and torn and grungy, because we are doing spooky grungy stuff, so I don't want it perfect. And then ink that again. And then I've got to decide what I want to put on the front. Now, I did have an idea, if I can find them, of putting one of the moths on here. Let me grab them. So I had an idea about putting one of the transparent moths on here. These again are Tim Holtz. They're TH94403. I love these. These are one of my favourite products he's ever done. I'm almost out of them. And I was wondering about stitching one of those on there. I need one that's going to stand out a little bit. So we do have some. I've used a lot of my smaller ones. That's the problem. That's quite cute though. Would that go with like the colourway? Oh, that would, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to use that one. Brilliant! I am going to stitch through it, and I'm going to put some thread kind of around it too. So let's pull, just got some basic kind of thread. Now you don't have to stitch through it. I kind of like that look of it through the moth's body. Not everyone would, but I do. So yeah, I am going to stitch just the body bit, not the head. And I'm going to stitch that on there. Okay, so there we go. Do you see that? And there's lots of threads hanging off now. I definitely want some hanging off. But okay. And this is going to actually, I might put them off at an angle. Yeah, I like that. This is actually going to glue onto here. Yeah, that's going to glue onto there in the middle of here. So it's just raising it up, because this is where you're going to put your twine or your ribbon, and depending how thick the twine or the ribbon is, depends how much you want to raise it. Okay, I am going to, thinking about it, I could have actually decorated that side, because if it's gonna hang over a page, I'm now going to just hold that down so that it's drying. And now I want to bring in my scraps, and I want to have a look at making a pocket. We've got this red, which I rather love against this. We've also got the other piece of this, so it would all kind of match. Do we want it matchy-matchy? I'm not so sure about that. I've got some black with some grey. That feels a bit boring. We could bring in the other side so that it matches this. Shall we do that? Because I do love this piece of paper. So let's cut it at 3 inches. I don't even mind, not 3 inches. Let's cut it at one and what's the word? 3/4. That's what we're going to do it at. And then I need to make sure this is 3 inches, because obviously that bit is 3 inches. I'm not even throwing this away, guys. Like, when I tell you I am hoarding my Tim Holtz. Why was I about to say James? How random is that? Who is James? Okay. And I'm also going to put a little thumb notch in here. I like to put mine off to the side quite often. I don't know. I just like that look. And I'm also going to round the corners of this because I also really like that look. Don't know why that went like that. Maybe because my thumb notch was there. Okay, what have I done? Do we care? No. Actually just adds to how weird it looks. So, excellent. Go with it. I think the thumb notch was too far over and it didn't like it. Now, I could have brought in stitching on a lot of these pieces, but I haven't. So, good job me. Normally, I would have brought in a lot of stitching if you're new here. That's why. I mean, we've still got a little bit. Come on. Let's glue this pocket down. Here. Kind of would have loved to put a pocket inside now. Let's think about that because we might still be able to add one. You know, never say never. Okay, so this will close and this is our little pocket. I have, like, this is a little bat tea card. Common bat. That would go in really well, wouldn't it? Look at that. In our little pocket. A little bat peeking out. And do you see, actually, I didn't even plan this, but look at the colours of that bat and the colours of this moth. They work brilliantly. But what I need is some decoration here. Because now's the fun part, guys. Now is where we can decorate. I also already have some bits and bobs because of what I'm working on. So, let's see. I mean, we do have this skeleton. I don't think he's the vibe I'm going for. Let's have a look. I know we have like, oh, we have a crow, but we've already got the moth. So do I want a crow? Maybe not. We've got a spider. How do you guys feel about spiders? Creepy spider. Let's just do like a little random collage thing. That'll work well, I think. So here's some vintage ticket. A little bit of decoration here. With some bits. Let's have a look at what I've got. Got a little skull. Oh, we got creepy witch again. No, thank you. That might work. Got a little bug. Oh, that might work. Spiders, anyone? I always feel really bad when I start pulling out things that have got spiders on it because I know so many people are like arachnophobic and stuff. My partner is. So I do feel bad because I don't want to freak people out, but also got this skull. I don't like it. It's a bit too cartoony. Little eye. Oh, let's have a look. I think I also have, actually, let me just have a look here. I also have, oh, we got creepy images. Let's play with some creepy images. How excited can you get about creepy images? Huh? Very. That's what. Got this little creepy girl. She's creepy too. She's super creepy too. I feel like the skull lady's really creepy. She's so creepy. I kind of like the little witchy girl because she's, I mean, she just looks frightening. She really does to me. Let's try and use her. So I'm going to, obviously that's quite small, so I'm going to tear. These are our Art House Whimsy images, by the way. These super, super creepy ones. I love them. They're some of my favourite creepy images because they really are. Creepy. She's going to go on here. Yes, she is. Let's ink her up onto there. And we're still going to make like a little collage thing because, yeah, we're going to bring her in. Oh my gosh. She's so creepy. Do I want a little bit of that? No, I don't think I want that. Let's cut this out though. Let's do this. Oh dear me. So come on, how many of you are excited and already starting to plan if, unlike me, you don't do it all year round? How many of you are already starting to creepy plan? Sorry, it's because I was looking at that little girl. She has attitude, like some major attitude to her. I mean, yeah, I'm going to pull in some fabricy scraps now. Yeah, how many of you are starting to plan already for spooky season? Fun. Although, and this is completely random, I actually got I don't know, it sort of got the Christmas feels the other day. I don't know what we were watching or where we were, but suddenly and that happens to me. I know I've spoken about this before, but sometimes just randomly out of nowhere, I'll suddenly think, oh, that felt like Christmas, and now that's put me in a Christmas mood. Yeah, it's very random. And I don't feel like I'm being like untrue to Halloween, because as I said, I live it all year. So you got this little, literally a scrap that big. Look how tiny that little fabric scrap is, but doesn't it just add? Okay, I am going to go and stitch this now. Not that bit, we'll glue that on, but I'm going to go stitch down here, and then I'll be back. So here we go, and this is why we don't help ourselves as crafters, because this tiny little piece has added so much, and yet realistically that should have been thrown away. I'm going to take this out. We don't help ourselves, do we? Because we're like, oh no, but look, that really worked. Now I really can't throw any tiny minuscule piece away. Oh dear me. So yeah, but anyway, I got the Christmas vibe. Very, very weird. It's my second favourite time of the year, so you know, not so much that I live it all year like I do Halloween, but I do love it. It's the only time of the year actually that everything spooky gets put away for a month. Because I am just fully enjoying the season. But you know, if you're here and watching these things, then you must like spooky season too. So yay. Let's put this down. I'm so excited to see what everyone else makes for this collab. Some great creators are taking part. I'm looking through my little Tim Holtzy pieces because I feel like I might want a little something, even if it says like poison or something. And also we're going to need it for some of the other inside pieces, because obviously I want something for this. That would have been great on here somewhere too. I need to just hold that down. That doesn't want to stick. Oh, hold on. I see a little black poison one that we can put across there. Oh, love it. So we're going to do that. This is my favourite part, is the decorating of things. Love it. Okay, we're going to put that across there. Poison. Ugh, gosh, she really does have attitude. She's freaking me out too. I don't know which is worse to look at, her or the creepy lady witch inside. Okay, so we're going to put our little bat back in. I mean, we can put other things, but we're going to put that back in. Okay, so now comes the bit of what do we want to do on the inside. And I was thinking about bringing in an extra pocket, and I was thinking of bringing it in on this bit. So let's have a look at what I have. We have some more of this, but I don't like that there. We have some plain black card. We have this. Oh, let's try this. This must be Tim Holtz too. I recognise it. Look at me being brave. Yay! I mean, come on. Do we want it? Would it be weird to have a pocket here when we've also got the rest of her dress there? I don't feel like it'd be weird. I want a smaller pocket though. Maybe like that. Oh, do you know what else I have as well? Just thought. I know I've got that. Have I got one in here? No, it must be in my other... Where's my other little... Ah, here it is. Tim Holtz folders. Got it all covered up. Where is... I've got a little spider web. Oh, love it. Actually, it's been embossed with green and like gold. So we could actually have a double pocket. How much do we love that? Yeah, both of them. Excellent. Let's ink this up. Love it so much. You know me, guys. I like to add pockets or writing space wherever I can. So that's what we're going with. And it should be fine. Now it's going to go upside down, obviously. Which is fine. Because as long as we put a little something in there, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't fall out realistically. That's what we've got to hope. Love the spider web. So who do we think? Is the girl or the witch on the inside the creepier? I think... I really don't know. I think they're both super creepy. So there we have that. What do we think? Okay. Now let's have a look for bits and bobs that we can put in. I mean, I think I might just put a few little bits in here. They don't have to be... Look, we've got this like spider book. That could actually fit in that bit. I think it's a sticker or like a craft die cut thing. We have this little thing. We have web of spider. There's a lot of spiders here. So let's see when I fold this up. Yeah, they stay in. Perfect. Perfect. Feel like I wanted something else. Do I want that? A little bit. I mean, I'm not going to worry too much about all of that. The tags and stuff, because I'll be here all day otherwise. Realistically, I will. I'm going to grab a stencil so that we can start putting some more interest on here. Okay, let's bring in the stencil. And I'm trying to remember where this one was from, but I can't see. I can't see it. I will grab it and tell you guys. It's going to come in with a little bit of black soot on here, just to bring in a little bit of interest. I'm also going to do it on the witch up at the top. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do it across here as well. I don't want it too heavy because I want this to still be able to write over. Love it. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Let me try and find the packaging for that. Oh, it actually does say that it is Wonderful Web. Pretty quick. So it's pretty quick, and it is MAO0B118. I don't know where I got this from. I definitely didn't get it from there, but I don't know where I got it from. Okay, so we've got all that. I feel like I want a word, so I'm going to bring in some words. Witch potion. Condemned. I may actually... Oh, we got some of these Tim Holtzy bits too. They might work somewhere. I may actually... Sorry, I lost what I was saying. I've got ghouls. Oh, some stamping. I may actually bring in some stamping. Okay, we're going to have that, I think. Yeah. I'm going to have that. Let's have a look which one I like. Right. I think to invoke evil on. These are release the craft in words. I know that much. Producing darkness. Kind of like for that. Invoke evil on or produce. Let's have producing darkness. Because these are creepy. So we're going to have this brought in. Yeah, I was just thinking I might bring in some stamping. And have that on here. I'm wondering if I would be able to put something behind this without it giving too much bulk to the piece, because I definitely can't just have it like that. It's just not in me. It's just not part of my creative kind of the way I like to create. It's just not in me to kind of leave that. Okay. Have it kind of like that. So we've got the two. Do I want the black lace? It's covered up a lot. That's the problem with the black lace. And I think I want more contrast. So we can bring in some, this is just some old cheesecloth that's completely torn and like messy. But that's perfect, don't we think? What I am going to do is I am going to go and stitch around this with a straight stitch. Okay, there we go, guys. And that is going to go on there. Yeah, that needed, yeah, it needed something because it just feels weird having so much here. It needed to feel more balanced. And I think that does now feel more balanced without adding too much extra bulk. Which is good. I am going to pull some stamps actually. So while that is gluing down, I'm going to grab some stamps. Okay, so I have these, I think they're Tim Holtz ones. Can I find anything? No. But I have this spider one, which I want to use. You can't even see them. They're like here. Okay, we're going to come on with some black. This is Stays On Black. And I think I want it hanging down. Wouldn't it be great if it was a cross? Maybe. I think I want it hanging down from here, which means I want to cover this bit because I don't want the ink to go everywhere. So it looks like it's... Oh my goodness, that makes me so ridiculously happy. I know. You're probably thinking, I really don't understand, Belle. It's a spider. But it makes me super happy. And I want another one, I think, coming down a bit further. And we can actually have it crossing over. Maybe like that. So it goes over the bend. Oh, I like that so much. It's so excited. Okay. So we've got that and we've got the inside. These obviously need to be inked around. But again, my worry is not so much these bits and bobs. Let's maybe move that out and put like the Tim Holtz October Salem trolley ticket instead. That might be quite nice. There. Or do we want a whole witchy thing? That's not going to fit in. Okay, so that's good. That's good. I like that. We've got these. Now these are going to, because of the way this is, they're going to flip up. So I can actually bring in the stamping this way. So it's all at the same one. This is the Clear Stamp Witches Brew Set by Creative Expressions. It is CEC1110. I love these. Absolutely love them. I'm wondering about bringing in just a little bit of this down here. I love this big one. So we've got some leaves or something. I don't want the whole thing, just maybe the top bit. And again, where's this little piece of paper so that it doesn't go over it? I mean, a spider web would have been great, wouldn't it? But that hasn't come out very well. I wonder why that is, because I use this stamp all of the time. So I wonder why it hasn't come out very well. Right, let's try and match these up. Do I care too much? No. Okay, so we've got kind of a creepy, shadowy thing there, which will work. Where's this? Here we go. I'm going to have to clean that to make sure. And we've got Book of Spells. Let's put Witch Potion down there. Let's do that. Maybe it's the tea-dyed paper. Normally that doesn't matter either. But that's okay. Okay, that one came out better. I feel like I need something down here though. It's not working for me. Okay. I may bring in another spider in a minute. Let's just move all the stamps over to the side. Definitely feel like I need... I mean, we could cover all of that up and then put a word there, couldn't we? We could do that. That would work. Do we think? It would, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think of what other little things I've got. Oh, the spider would be great there, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't the spider would be great? There's somebody out there going, nope, no it wouldn't, Belle. It wouldn't be great at all. Please don't put that. We haven't got any bats on here yet, guys. Bats would definitely be great. Maybe up the top bit. I mean, we've got this bat card, but you know what I mean. No actual stamped bats. Okay, that's working for me. That is working for me, but you know what's going to go here, don't you? You just know. I don't even have to tell you guys. There's going to be some sort of fabric behind there. Let's bring in the same one that we used on the other side, but with the black work better on here because it's lighter. Like the space that it's on is lighter. Yep, I think that... Did I lose my little... There's my little bat. Don't go away, little bat. Stay with me. Right, let's pull in some of this cheesecloth stuff. And obviously I am... Oh, gosh, see, it just tears. It's brilliant. I am going to, again, stitch around this with a straight stitch. Obviously, you don't have to, guys. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can just glue it. But I like the stitch look, so I'm going to stitch around this. Okay, so there we go. I tell you, you can start getting a little bit paranoid by these spooky things. I mean, first of all, the stamp wasn't working as well, and then my bobbin ran out. Yeah, there was a frog in my throat. I mean, yep, possibly. And I feel like I want... Do I need one? Possibly not. Do I want one? Probably. Again, one of the little Tim Holtz for external use only. It says ghouls. It makes me laugh because, yes, weird sense of humour. Let's have a look at some of these things. I think that might just... Something. It needs something. Flower insect. Or this might work. No, I like this one. And then obviously we're going to put our bats on. So let's ink this tinsy. This is why my hands get so inked up. Tinsy bit. And then we're going to add our bats. And then, guys, I think basically we'll be done. There is one last thing I want to add, but that has to be done when everything else is done, because it all has to dry. So I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to have a bat down here because I can't not have bats. There we go. The stamping's still in the background, but we've managed to cover it up in a way that works. Oh, How cute is it? Is cute the right word? Oh my gosh, she creeps me out so much. Yeah, let's close this up so it would close like that. Now we need to put the closure on it. So I have a couple of options. I'm going to see what's going to work. We've got some black thread, some black ribbon. I don't know if this will work. I mean, it does go around, but what I need to see is I'm actually going to glue this onto the back, and whether it would go around the front of here again in a way that would act as a closure. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Or we have some of this kind of hand-dyed grey binding, seam binding, which I think goes with the colours better. Do we think? I think it does. I know that's going to work. So let's tie a little knot. So yes, so I'm going to put it around the closure. Sorry, I was doing it without explaining. Put it around the closure, making sure all my threads are out so they're not getting caught up in there. And then I'm going to tie a little knot to keep it in place underneath. Don't pull it too hard, you don't want it ripping. Tie a little knot. Might even put a second one. If I can find. Fingers and thumbs today. There we go, got it. Yeah, let's go for the really long bit. Oh dear me. And then I'm going to just cut that. This is why I've done the 2 knots. I'm going to cut this piece and that will go underneath here. Perfect. And then it's going to go around the back, which is why I've chosen something flat. If you weren't going to stick it down as a pocket or anything, you could very well use twine and other things, but I want it completely flat. For this bit, you could also use double-sided sticky tape if you should want to. I'm just gluing mine down and making sure it's as flat as possible. And then, right, let's move everything. I've got strands everywhere because, you know, it's me and I like lots of threads. And we can tie that around that a couple of times and have a piece kind of hanging. And do I want that piece perfect? No, I don't. So I'm going to pull some threads on that so that the end is messy. Thankfully, it kind of covers our little girl a little bit because she creeps me out. So that will open up and it will close. Now, here's what I'm thinking. If you were going to use this as a pocket or something, what it might be worth doing is putting some washi or something over this, because then it won't actually snag on anything going in and out of it. I'm trying to find a space to show you what it would look like on a page. So this is a journal I am working on. So it would work on a page like that as a pocket, or even as a top tuck. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Or even as a belly band. You could have it as any of those options and it would open up. Thinking about it, that needs to be off to the edge because of the circle. Oh, is that not going to work then? Oh yeah, no, it'll work fine off to the edge. Yeah, off to the edge. And then it folds up this way and folds down. Let's move it up so you can see it this way. And it will go in your journal pocket, tuck spot, floating piece of ephemera, whatever you want it to be. Let's move the journal. The last thing I am going to add to it, just because I have to, is I'm going to add some grit paste crypt, because I feel like this is all too neat and lovely. And by have to, I don't mean like it's part of the challenge. I mean because I have to, because it's me and that's what I like. So let me just grab a little bit of this grit paste, and I want it to come on and just be on here, adding extra texture and things like that, because as I say on repeat, so I apologize, this is my favorite texture paste. It's not the most versatile. The white texture paste is more versatile. In case you don't know the number of this, here we go, I'm going to hold that up. Oh, sorry for knocking you. I was even thinking maybe, do I want it on the inside or on the back of here? Maybe down here. And we can have some on the bit that says ghoul. Ghouls. The ghouls. Yes, I'm putting it on fabric, that's fine. Making it completely thingy. What I would have liked is it also on here. I think I want it on there. So I'm going to kind of hold it at a weird angle bit, because we have some on the others. So let's just do it on here too. And this, although going on grey, will dry with like a greenish hinge and slightly translucent. So it just gives that bit of extra interest, but it doesn't dry this colour, in case that's something. It dries this kind of greeny colour. Do you see is that showing up very well? I don't know. So we're going to leave that to dry, and then I will show you what it finally looks like when it is completely dry. So the texture paste now has basically dried. You can see what I mean. It's gone like, has more of a green. It's more translucent. It's not as dry. I mean, it's dry, but it will lose even more colour as it dries more. And there we have it there. Just, oh, I love this stuff so much. I really, really do. Are they the only places? Oh no, I added it there too. Oh, I love it. This is how it looks. So yeah, these would be great in a journal. And also you can make one that's this way up. You can make one that opens this way. You can have it as a floating pocket, a piece of ephemera. You can have it as a pocket, a tuck spot, all that good thing. Do remember, which I forgot, again, I haven't made one of these before, so, you know, if you're going to have it as something that opens up on your page, maybe move this part over more so that this isn't catching. But I'll be able to work that out. So, yes, that's it. Our little mini flip down folio, inspired by something I saw on Silver and Sparkles on Pinterest, but she does have a YouTube channel with a video of this, of her making this. And this is my first piece for the first day for hashtag Halloween 2025, hosted by the lovely Nancy. So only day one, guys. Don't forget, you can join in too. Make sure you put in the hashtag on YouTube or social media to see what all the other creators are doing, and head over to Nancy's channel and whoever else is creating today. There's going to be a lot to see. And yeah, this is my first piece finished. I'm super excited. I'm fully in spooky mood, and I can't wait to make some more of these. So I do hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. I really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of spooky, creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now.